What if an interstellar object whirling through our solar system is actually a nuclear-powered spacecraft sent by aliens to test how humans respond?
Something in our solar system has just declared its presence. It's an object named 3I Atlas, a visitor from another star, and it just did something that has shaken the world of astronomy to its core.
Its size needs to be bigger than Manhattan Island, 20 kilometers or so. And there isn't enough rocky material in interstellar space.
4 telescopes watched in perfect unison as it shot a violent, focused energy ray straight toward Mars. This wasn't a solar flare or a comet breaking apart. This was a deliberate, targeted event. What many overlooked is that this object has been behaving strangely for months. Now with this single act, it's forcing us to ask the one question we've always avoided. Are we truly alone? A history of weirdness. The thing nobody tells you about space is that it's supposed to be predictable. Planets follow orbits, stars burn in expected ways, and comets behave according to a script written by gravity and solar radiation. But 3I Atlas took that script and tore it to pieces long before it ever fired its now infamous energy ray. From the moment it was spotted, it was clear this visitor was different. It was the rebellious teenager of the cosmos, refusing to follow any established patterns. Its first act of defiance was its brightness. Normal comets gradually get brighter as they approach the sun, heating up and releasing gas. It's a smooth, predictable curve. Many people are crazy about tracking these curves, but 3I Atlas was erratic. Its brightness would explode without warning, jumping by a factor of over 100 in just a few days, going from a faint smudge to an object easily seen with amateur telescopes. Then, just as quickly, it would dim again. It was like someone was flicking a celestial dimmer switch, an act with no scientific explanation. Then came the color change. As it cruised through the asteroid belt, it mysteriously shifted from a dull reddish color to a vibrant, almost unnatural green. You see, color changes in comets do happen, but they are gradual, caused by specific elements like carbon burning off as they get much closer to the sun. Atlas made this change too early, too fast, and at a distance where such a chemical reaction should have been impossible. It was another piece of the puzzle that simply didn't fit. Scientists were baffled, proposing theories about strange pockets of frozen gas or unusual surface materials, but none of the explanations held water. Every theory that tried to explain one of its strange behaviors was completely contradicted by another. The most bizarre sign, before the energy ray, was its anti-tail. Every school kid learns that a comet's tail always points away from the sun, pushed by the constant stream of solar wind. It's a fundamental rule, but Hubble images showed something unbelievable. 3I Atlas had a bright, focused trail of light stretching in front of it, pointing directly towards the sun. This forward-pointing beam, as some called it, stretched for a distance 10 times longer than any other part of its coma. This wasn't the faint, fuzzy anti-tail sometimes seen on other comets, which are just optical illusions. This was a sharp, defined structure. It was like finding a ship whose sails were catching a wind that blew from the opposite direction of the rest of the world. Each of these anomalies, on its own, was a career-defining mystery for an astronomer. Put together, they painted a picture of an object that was simply not natural. It was an object that seemed to be under its own power, not made of star stuff. What is a comet made of? The answer has always been simple: ice, rock, and dust. They are often called dirty snowballs for a reason. They are cosmic leftovers from the formation of a solar system composed primarily of frozen water. But when the James Webb Space Telescope performed a detailed spectroscopic analysis of 3I Atlas, the results were so shocking they were almost unbelievable. This object wasn't a dirty snowball, it was a cosmic fraud. The chemical breakdown was unlike anything ever seen. It was made of 87% carbon dioxide, 9% carbon monoxide, and only a tiny 4% water. To put it mildly, this is like finding a whale made of wood and steel. It completely inverts the known recipe for a comet. This composition doesn't exist in nature as we know it. Such a high concentration of carbon dioxide and monoxide with almost no water doesn't match any model of solar system formation. Where could such an object have come from? An environment so alien, so different from our own, that its basic building blocks are fundamentally reversed. The thing nobody tells you is that chemistry has rules, even in deep space. And 3I Atlas was breaking them all. But the mystery only deepened from there. The analysis also detected significant amounts of nickel. That's not entirely unusual, as nickel is found in asteroids. However, it was found without any corresponding iron. In the cosmos, nickel and iron are like inseparable twins. They form together in the hearts of dying stars and are almost always found together in meteorites and asteroids. Finding pure nickel deposits without iron is a massive red flag. It suggests the material isn't natural. It suggests it was refined. This bizarre, artificial-seeming recipe for a space object provides a chilling context for its other behaviors. The sudden flashes of brightness could be energy releases, powered by some internal reaction we don't understand. The impossible forward-pointing tail might not have been a tail at all, but some kind of discharge or propulsion system exhaust. And the violent energy ray it fired at Mars? When you look at the chemical evidence, it becomes terrifyingly plausible that this wasn't the act of a comet, but the act of a machine. It's a machine made from materials our science can't explain, operating on principles our physics can't comprehend. And one famous Harvard astronomer believes he knows exactly what it is. Avi Loeb's verdict. When a respected Harvard astronomer like Avi Loeb says the word aliens, people listen. And when it comes to 3I Atlas, he's not just whispering it, he's shouting it from the rooftops. Loeb, who famously suggested our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, was alien technology, believes 3I Atlas is something far more advanced and deliberate. His theory is as simple as it is terrifying. 3I Atlas is an artificially intelligent probe, or worse, a mothership, sent on a reconnaissance mission through our solar system. The firing of the energy ray toward Mars, in his view, was not a random act. It was the moment the probe decided to stop hiding and reveal its technological nature. According to Loeb's analysis, everything about this object points to intelligent design. The trajectory alone is a huge piece of evidence. Most interstellar objects would tumble through our system at random, chaotic angles. But 3I Atlas is traveling almost perfectly parallel to the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all our planets orbit. The odds of this happening by chance are astronomically low. It's like throwing a rock from a mile away and having it skim perfectly flat across the surface of a pond. It's a path that looks chosen, not accidental. What many overlooked is that this path seems designed for observation, passing just close enough to planets like Mars for a good look, but keeping a safe distance from Earth. The energy ray, Loeb argues, could be one of several things. It might have been a scanning beam, a way to analyze the Martian atmosphere in detail, much like our own probes use radar and LiDAR. Or it could have been a power transfer, sending energy to a smaller probe that it may have deployed earlier. You see, the sudden flashes in brightness could have been the moments it released smaller, stealthier crafts. The most chilling possibility is that it was a demonstration of power, a warning shot. It was a way of saying, we are here, we are technologically superior, and we are watching you. Loeb connects this to the object's plan to hide behind the sun during its closest approach. It's the perfect maneuver for an observation mission, using the sun's glare to hide from Earth's telescopes while drawing on its immense energy to recharge or power its systems. The ship is now heading for its closest pass of Mars. One last chance. On October 3rd, 2025, humanity will get its best and perhaps last chance to understand the truth about 3I Atlas. On that day, the mysterious object will make its closest approach to Mars, and we have a front row seat. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, a sophisticated satellite equipped with one of the most powerful cameras ever sent to another planet, is being repositioned for this historic encounter. The high-rise camera on board is capable of seeing details down to the size of a dinner table on the Martian surface. From its new vantage point, it will capture the highest resolution images of an interstellar visitor in human history. This is our moment of truth. The thing is, every image we have so far has been from Earth, millions of miles away. This Martian perspective is a game changer. These images could finally reveal whether 3I Atlas has a solid, structured surface like a craft, or if it is just a strange clump of rock and ice. We might be able to see the source of the forward-pointing beam or even the emitter that fired the energy ray. Scientists will be looking for any signs of non-natural features, geometric shapes, metallic glints, or heat signatures that could indicate machinery. And you can see this everywhere in science fiction, but now it is a real-life possibility. The orbiter's instruments will also be analyzing any gases or energy coming off the object, giving us a second, closer look at its impossible chemical signature. A palpable sense of anticipation has gripped the globe, an electric current of shared wonder that has brought humanity to a standstill. Billions of eyes are trained on the void, and the question on everyone's mind is not just a scientific inquiry, but a deeply philosophical one. Many people are utterly consumed by the possibilities, their imaginations running wild at the precipice of this monumental event. What will we find at the end of this journey? The speculation has reached a fever pitch, echoing in every corner of our digital and physical worlds. Will we bear witness to a technological marvel from a distant, unfathomable civilization? Perhaps a craft of impossible geometry, forged from materials that defy our current understanding of physics, moving with a grace that betrays a mastery over the fundamental forces of the universe. It could be a silent messenger carrying a payload of knowledge, art, or a simple greeting card from across the interstellar gulf. The very thought is staggering. It would be the definitive answer to the silent question that has echoed through our history, from our earliest campfires to our most advanced observatories. The confirmation of such an object would shatter our cosmic loneliness in an instant. Or will we find a natural phenomenon so bizarre, so utterly alien to our experience that it forces us to rewrite our science textbooks from the first page? Imagine an object forged in a cosmic crucible we never knew existed, exhibiting properties of matter that our theories deemed impossible. It could be a naturally occurring structure of such perfect and intricate complexity that it blurs the line between chance and design, forcing us to reconsider the very potential of the universe to create order. This outcome, far from being a disappointment, would be a profound revelation in its own right. It would mean the cosmos is not just vast and empty, but filled with a variety of wonders far stranger and more magnificent than our wildest fictions. The people watching this unfold are not just seeking data, they are looking for a mystery, a genuine unknown to push the boundaries of their understanding. And with this, they have found the biggest one yet. The tension is almost unbearable because the stakes are so fundamental. Is all this happening by chance, a random confluence of cosmic events that we are merely lucky enough to observe, or are we missing a key detail, a subtle hint of intention or purpose that we are not yet sophisticated enough to perceive? The thing is, regardless of the outcome, this encounter will permanently and irrevocably change our view of the universe and our place within it. There is no returning to the world we knew before. If it is a natural object, it means the cosmos itself is an artist of infinite and strange creativity, capable of producing wonders that will fuel scientific discovery for millennia. Our universe will feel larger, more dynamic, and infinitely more surprising. But if the search shows even the slightest unambiguous hint of technology, a straight line where nature prefers curves, a radio signal carrying the simple, universal pulse of mathematics, or the unnatural glint of a megastructure orbiting a distant star, it will confirm that we are not alone. It will instantly become the single greatest discovery in human history, the definitive moment we graduated from a solitary species on a lonely planet to a member of a vast galactic community. The immense weight of that discovery would reshape everything. Our religions, which have long placed humanity at the center of creation, would face an existential reckoning. Our philosophies would be forced to redefine what it means to be intelligent, to be conscious, to be us. Our societies would be shaken, potentially uniting us in shared awe or dividing us in fear. Our very identity would be shattered, recontextualizing every human achievement as a local story, not the only story. Either way, whether we find a signal or continued silence, we stand on the threshold of a new era, listening to the static, ready to have the universe as we know it redefined forever. So was this energy beam a hello, a warning, or target practice? If it was sent by something intelligent, are we dealing with explorers or invaders? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.